Give me just a sec. I'm just trying to record this, make sure it's on. Awesome. Well, we'll get started. Welcome. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I'm excited to talk about how to absolutely love your business, even if you're struggling to bring in clients and book out your practice. And I just wanted to introduce myself really quickly in case any of you are new and have not hung out with me before. My name is Lacey. I'm a visibility coach who works with new business owners who are sick of hiding and playing small in their business and are finally ready to be high-level entrepreneurs. And you may ask or wonder why visibility is so important to me, and it's super important to me because I had a really hard time in the beginning of my business, really putting myself out there, specifically with video. It took me about 6 months to actually get up the nerve to do a live video. I was just terrified of it. So I totally get it. I've been there. And I also understand that it's super important for us as business owners to really be able to put ourselves out there because we're basically selling ourselves as the business. So it's really, it's good to put ourselves out there in that way and be able to do that. So if you are new hanging out with me, I want to let you know a couple other places that you can find me. I am on Pinterest at pinterest.com/graceful rising. I am also in Facebook. My Facebook group, my private Facebook group is F the 5-Day Workweek. It's EFF, the 5-Day Workweek. And my website is gracefulrising.com. We are actually updating it right now, so it should be good by the end of the week, but it's kind of something that we've been working on a little bit, so I'm really excited about all the changes that we've been making with that. And I want to let you know a little bit about how this call is going to go today. We are going to jump into content for 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to let you know about a special offer that I have, and then I will open it up for Q&A at the end. And you can type in questions. There's also a way to raise your hand if you hover over the chat box area. So if you have a question, you can just raise your hand and I'll see it. And then I can unmute you if you'd like to chat with me. I'd love to hear your voice. And you can ask me your question. And if not, again, you can put it in the chat box. Either way is totally fine. So you are in the right place today if you've been working nonstop in your business and wondering where the freedom is in your freedom-based business and maybe why you even started your business. You're in the right place if you're struggling a little bit to bring in clients consistently, and you often wonder if you really are doing the right thing and if you're going in the right direction in your business. And you're in the right place if you are falling out of love a little bit with the business that you're running and really looking to put the passion back into that. So I'm super excited to share with you some ideas that I have today about ways to put the passion, the love, the enjoyment really back into your business. And we're going to talk about 3 different areas to do that. One is really in your everyday, kind of day-to-day, what you're doing in your business. The second is really to put some fun into the offer or the services that you're providing so that it doesn't really ever feel like work when you are working. And then lastly is more of like a high-level business decisions, more about your mission, ways to really incorporate more fun and enjoyment there. So the first way to really put fun into your business, like I said, is to really make sure that you're doing things every day that can keep you enjoying your business, even when it feels like nothing's working. So the first tip that I have for this is when you can, and I understand that a lot of people in the beginning of their business may not be able to do this, but if you feel like you need to, and when you can, absolutely delegate what you don't need to do. You can hire help to do almost anything in your business. And, if we are really making sure that we're doing the things that we love and what we're really good at and handing off the things that are really draining us and exhausting us and stressing us out, that is an absolutely fantastic way to make sure that you are doing what you love every day in your business. So if you can't afford someone right now, which I totally understand, I want to mention 2 things. One is to really think about if you were to invest in someone, like for instance, maybe a virtual assistant or even like a bookkeeper or something that you're doing in your business that maybe you're not even that good at. I mean, you can do it, but you're not great at it. And it's just taking a lot of your time away from, marketing, talking with clients, really bringing in income, the income generating activities. Really think about who you might hire that could help you with those things, and think about the time that it would save you, and therefore the income that you could bring in if you were not wasting your time doing those things. So just something to think about when you are feeling ready to hire someone and delegate some tasks. And if you can't do it right now, I would recommend starting to make a list of the things that someday you would like to delegate. I'll give you an example. Some of the things that I delegate and that I absolutely love delegating are, scheduling my email newsletters, creating lead pages, creating automations for email sequences, really creating like images for like Pinterest or other social media platforms. These are all things that obviously I can do, but they take so much of my time, and they're not really in my zone of genius as a coach, or they're just not things that I enjoy doing. And so if I tell you, if there was one thing I would have done sooner, it would have been to hire a VA for my job, because it saves so much time. I get to do the things that I enjoy, which makes me in a better mood, which means when I do reach out to people and talk to people, I'm a much happier person. So just one tip that may help you either now or in the future to really enjoy your day. The second thing is to make sure that you're doing something fun or creative or not involved with your business every single day. I know some of you have kids and families, and maybe that's the thing that you do that's not related to your business that really brings you love and joy. Maybe you hang out with your kid, or read them a story, or whatever it is that you love doing with them. And for those of us who don't have kids, it can be anything. It can be a hobby, it can be socializing, maybe you get a drink with friends, really things that can help you to already start putting the freedom into your business, which is probably why you started your business in the first place, was really to have more freedom to do the things you love. So I would love to see you not put off those things until you've reached some version of success that you have in your mind, and then you're like, oh, I'll have that when I make $100,000 or whatever your goal is. It's really just going to be much more enjoyable if you can do those things now. And plus, you're starting to be the person that you're going to be when you have those things, and that really helps to bring about our manifest our desires more quickly. And then the third thing that I would love for you to do every day if you can, and what I do every day, is to really notice things that are working and why they're working, evidence that things are working in your business, and also celebrate every small win that you have. That could be you got on Facebook and did a Facebook Live for 5 minutes. That could be, and maybe you were scared of doing it before, that could be, adding 5 people to your email list, or talking to someone about your services, or if you work more in person, maybe like doing a workshop. I mean, every little thing that you do that is really getting you out there and getting you interacting with people is something to celebrate. And I would absolutely love for you can even write it down in a journal or something every day if you want, a small win for that day. And then, the reason that I say notice what's working is because sometimes we get caught up in the things that we feel like aren't working, or they're not working the way we wanted them to, or they're not working in the time that we wanted them to. And it's really powerful to be able to notice when things are going, notice when something is happening for you, even if it doesn't seem like something is happening for you, because there's always stuff going on behind the scenes. The universe is always helping us out. God, your higher power, whatever you believe in, is always helping us out. And so, every little thing that you can kind of think, well, this is working because, and that it's kind of related to celebrate your small wins, right? I mean, maybe you didn't book that client that you wanted, or that client didn't sign with you, but you, were able to do a Facebook Live and 10 people commented on it. I mean, that's something that's working for you in your business. So as much as you can, really acknowledge those things. So that's the first way. 3 ways to put more fun into your day-to-day stuff with your business. The second thing is really how to add more fun and enjoyment to your offer and really being able to do what you love. So the first thing I will say about this is to see if you can structure your offer in a way that you enjoy working with your clients. So it doesn't really matter what this way is, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's speaking at workshops or retreats. I actually spoke to a woman recently who is like a Reiki healer, and she does distance healing, and that's really something that she loves doing, the way that she loves to work with her clients. Any way that you love to work with your clients, see if you can do that, because that's going to help you to be more excited every day about the things that you're doing. And it doesn't feel like work as much when we're actually doing things that we like to do. So if you can structure your offer or your services in a way that you really enjoy, that's number one. The second thing is to really design your business around your ideal lifestyle. And I mean this from the very beginning. This is something that I actually work with my ladies on in my one-on-one private coaching program. And what we really want to do is be able to think about how many hours a day we want to work, how many hours a week we want to work, how many hours a month we want to work. If we want certain times for vacation, whether it's a week a month, whether it's 2 weeks every 3 months, and really beginning to think about how you can offer your services in that way, to design it around the time off that you want, the vacation time that you want, the time with your family that you want. And, just so from the very beginning when you start your business, or now if you've been in your business for a little while, that you're doing things in a way that you enjoy, and that's really, you're already being that person again that you eventually want to be. It really helps to bring some happiness to our lives. And then the third way, which is kind of related to both of these, is to really reach out in ways that are fun to you. So when you're marketing, when you're putting yourself out there, what platforms do you enjoy using? What do you love doing? What do you maybe not so much love doing? And maybe you can cut back a little bit, or just practice in a different way until you feel comfortable doing that. So for instance, say you absolutely love Instagram. Maybe that's the place that you want to be really promoting your services to your clients, if your clients hang out on Instagram. I personally don't use Instagram even for myself, so it would be weird for me a little bit, and I might do it in the future, but right now I don't feel comfortable with it because that's not something that I even do in my real life. It's not something that's fun for me. So, maybe in the future that would be something that I would add to my, social media platforms, but for right now, it's just not something that feels congruent. And I do think that when we're loving what we're doing, even on the social media platform, or the way that we're delivering it, whether it's posts or videos or audios, the joy will radiate from you. And even when you're writing your post, sometimes your people will be able to feel that. So definitely want to do something that we enjoy when we reach out to people. Okay, so we've talked about how to put fun into your everyday. We've talked about how to put fun into your offer and also structure your business around your ideal lifestyle. And then the third thing is to really, so I wrote in my notes, fun in your mission, but what I really mean by that is like the high level business decisions that you make for your business. And I think the reason I said mission was because I've worked at nonprofits a lot, and I remember doing mission statements, and one thing that I was told about mission statements was that, it should be specific, but also general enough that you can change the way in which you're delivering your services that isn't going to change the entire mission of your business. So, for instance, I talk about visibility and really getting women to, from really playing small and hiding and really putting themselves out there. I don't exactly say how I'm going to do that, which means that I can change all the strategies within my mission and my business if something doesn't feel right, or it feels like something's missing, which brings me to my first point in this. So the first thing to really think about is when you feel drained or discouraged or maybe empty, like something's missing, you're just not enjoying something, it's really helpful if we can check in to see if we can kind of hone in on what it is that we might be able to change or alter or tweak. And all three of the points that I'm going to share in this tip actually are kind of related. So, the second tip is really, it might not be working because you're a little off course. And what I mean by that is sometimes we don't listen to our heart or our intuition when we feel like we're, when we start a business. Maybe it's as simple as it's not the right business. Maybe we're not delivering the services in the right way. Maybe the message is a little bit off. Sometimes we ignore our heart and our intuition, even though it almost always knows what's best for us. So if you've tried something for a little while, maybe like 90 days, that's what one of my coaches always says is, try something for 90 days and, consistently. And if it doesn't work or you feel a little off or it feels like something's not quite right, you can kind of check in to really see if there's some other way that you can really kind of tweak what you're doing and do it better in a way that feels better for you. Because sometimes we get a little bit caught up in what everyone else is doing and we think that we need to do it the same way. There's a lot of really extroverted, outgoing entrepreneurs, and I would say that I am not that person. And as much as I admire those ladies, I don't think that I'm ever going to be that person in my business. And so some of the things that they do to really put themselves out there and bring in clients are maybe not going to work that well for me because it's just not quite congruent with who I am or my brand. So, just think about that a little bit. If you ever feel like something's not quite right, see if you can check in to see what you might be able to alter a little bit. And then the third thing, which again is a little bit related, is to really be open to other ways of doing things, other opportunities. See if you can test and tweak things. Try something for 90 days. If it doesn't work, think about what might work better. Check in with your intuition to see what might work better. See if you can change just one thing at a time, if that helps at all. A lot about running a business is really just testing and tweaking, right? The more that you make mistakes or things don't work, you're actually just learning ways to do it better. So, just because it's working for one person doesn't mean that you have to do it like that. And especially if you don't feel comfortable doing it. Like I mentioned with videos in the beginning, I was like terrified. So I didn't do videos in the beginning of my business. I had to find other ways to reach out to people like audios because I felt like it was easier to just talk than have people necessarily see me. So again, the three things under the fun in your mission or your high-level business decisions are to really check in when you're not enjoying something and see what you can change. Just be conscious of the fact that perhaps you're a little off course and maybe you're not listening to your heart, and you can really check in to see what feels best for you and what you can kind of test and tweak. And then be open to other ways of doing things, other opportunities, and be open to the fact that you may need to test and tweak a little bit in your business. So that's what I got for you right now. Let me just recap really quick. So we talked about fun in your everyday. So if you can, absolutely delegate things that you don't love doing. Try to do something that's fun, creative, or not involved with your business every single day. And also every day, notice what is working and celebrate the small wins, because the small wins always add up to the big wins. So definitely celebrate those as well. And then as far as fun in your offer, we really want to see if we can structure our offer in a way that we enjoy working with our clients, however that might be for you. We want to see if we can design our ideal lifestyle around, the time off that we want, the vacation time that we want, how many hours we want to work, really whatever our ideal lifestyle is. From the very beginning, design our business around that. And then reach out in ways, market, put yourself out there in ways that you enjoy and that are fun to you so that you don't hate it when you're doing it. And then the fun in your mission, high-level business decisions. Check in when you're not enjoying something. Pay attention to the fact that you may feel like your heart is telling you to do something else and you're not listening to it. And also be open to other ways of doing things, other opportunities, and ways to test and tweak what it is that you're doing. So once we really get more clear on these things, once we start incorporating these things into our business, and have a little more fun, we really are in a great place mentally to take on more clients and really be able to book out our practice. So what I wanted to let you know about today was a book out your practice strategy session that I am offering you for being here with me today. So if you are interested in this session, we will hop on the phone for 45 minutes. We'll get crystal clear on the number of clients that you want and the income goals that you have and how to build out your practice in a manageable way, doing the things that you enjoy. We will uncover any limiting beliefs that are sabotaging your ability to really put yourself out there and bring in clients. And we'll also strategize a few ways that you can up-level your biz while you're also doing exactly what you love. So if you're interested in scheduling a session with me, the link for that, it's a bit.ly link. It's bit.ly/book out your practice, all lowercase, no spaces. So it's B-I-T, B as in boy, .ly/book out your practice, all lowercase, no spaces. So I would love right now to see if we have any questions about anything that I just talked about, anything that you are struggling with or feel like you could use a little insight about. I'm happy to answer anything that you ladies might have for me. Okay, so I don't see any questions. I would love to know a takeaway that you have from today or something that you want to put in place for yourself or in your business. If you want to raise your hand or if you want to type in the chat box, I'm open to that. Do you have any questions or comments for me?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Yep.
There. Okay. I was just typing, but I think the kind of like marketing almost / branding piece, like just being true to who I am and making sure that comes across in the right way, like being willing to tweak it, I think.
Yeah.
Like the mission of your business, sort of.
Yeah. And what are you thinking, like, where would you like to start with that?
So, I mean, I think in my business, there's a lot of, I just want to say it's sort of like not a lot of, there can be not a lot of thinking or being original. There can be a lot of like copying, pasting, and I really don't want to do that in my business because it's not me. And I think that's really coming across that it's not me. That's not my personality. So I think just being really clear about who am I and how does this, add value to my life, and just being more me, I guess, or coming across as more me.
Yeah.
But the I really, the marketing piece is something I feel like I've struggled a little bit with because I think you said it. It's something, I'm trying to think how you said it. Just being willing, like if something doesn't feel right, being willing to tweak it. So. Yeah.
I'm curious if you could maybe let me know if you don't know right now, but if you could come up with like one or two words that you would use to describe, who you are or your brand, like what kind of comes to mind for that?
I mean, I think something that I've really discovered over the last year, and with the freedom of this business, it's helped me, but I really I am filled up by volunteering, helping people. Like the more things I can volunteer for, which sounds crazy, but being able to do that. And so I think that's like a big piece of who I am. And if somebody were to meet me, or, you know, interact with me, I feel like that comes across pretty quickly. So that's something that I feel like needs to come across, because that's really where my heart is. Whether it's whatever, anything, a spouse that needs help, whether it's a kid whatever, I want to help. If I know somebody has a need, I want to help them.
Yeah. So that to me is like generous and gives value, right? So that's what one of your huge things that you may want to, and probably do, like kind of convey to your people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And cool. I think that's something that I need to be a little bit more, need to figure out how to be more creative about that in the marketing piece.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Any other questions for me?
I don't think I have any questions. This has definitely been helpful because there's some tweaking that needs to go on.
Yeah. Well, and that's a good point. And that's actually something, you know, I always work with a coach, because I feel like as a coach, if I'm not going to believe in what other coaches are doing, how can I ask my clients to believe in me? So, you know, I always work with a coach, and one of her big things is, you know, the testing and tweaking piece that, you know, just because it doesn't work doesn't mean it's like garbage. You might just need to change one thing and it could change everything, you know? So, and really like having the patience and the like belief that it's going to work out, but you just got to kind of find that magic.
And I think that's it. And, you know, I think the small wins too. Like you know, I've done, like you know, I am building a business. It is working. I'm in a little bit of a lull right now. So I want to evaluate that and see how I can tweak it. So that's, you know, that's helpful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think, was there something else I don't think so. I thought a question just came to mind, but I don't know if I can't remember.
Well, I think you're in my group, so if you want to post it later, feel free.
Okay, yeah, if I come to it. But yeah, thank you.
Awesome. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to mute you again.
Okay.
All right, ladies, I don't see any other questions. The reason I asked Em is just because I know her and I thought she probably would have something to say, but I don't see any other questions, hands raised, anything like that. So it was so fun to hang out with you guys today. I'm really looking forward to chatting with you during a strategy session if you feel like that's something that will be valuable for you. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Bye.